back at the start. The heat of the Fawley Challenge Cup, with Windsor Boys A on the left-hand side on the Berkshire station and Henley Rowing Club on the right-hand side, and a clean start.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a really good race here. We've got the crew from Windsor and obviously the local boys from Henley Rowing Club on their home stretch. I think both of these are quite fancy crews, so I'll be interested to see how this one goes.
Yeah, the Windsor Boys crew was second at national schools, and the Henley Rowing Club crew were fourth at national schools. So both seeded crews, so this should be a really good race. And you can see here early on, Henley going out to a slight margin of lead.
Yeah, Henley just looking to get away. Looks quite upright there, doesn't it? Not really kind of getting a big lean back. Finley ribbons there in the bow seat, really quite upright. Often you do that in a quad, sort of just get the hands in and out and keep up with the boat. You don't want to get caught sort of rocking back too much.
And Windsor seem to have got into a bit of a rhythm here, and now the momentum's changed a bit, just slightly edging through.
Well, we talk about settling into that pace that's consistent, don't we? So you sort of blast away from the start, where maybe sitting up that bit taller, sitting up stronger might be effective, but then you need to find the length and just squeeze every little bit out of it.
Just looking at this Windsor crew here, just as they finish and they take the blades out of the water, they almost have a little bit of sitting still compared to the Henley crew, and that's why they're moving away a little bit. Just a bit more patience.
Yeah, patience is a good word, Adrian, isn't it, in rowing? And you can see it. They had to be patient off the start because Henley came right at them before we're going to move on down the course. So Henley made a good start early, but Windsor got in control there towards the top of the island. And now we've moved down and we're into the third quarter of the race, past Fawley. And the crew from Windsor Boys are going to be pretty pleased with the position they've got here.
I've got to say, with the form, you wouldn't have said it would do this, would you? Windsor Boys have really done a good job through that middle 3 minutes to get such a margin. And again, it just looks really relaxed and smooth.
Well, there's a really good sculling programme they've got at Windsor Boys that Mark Wilkinson has put together, building on the sort of foundation to go back to Chris Morell's time at Windsor Boys, and it's just such a nice programme they've got. I saw Mark Wilkinson just getting ready to get on board the following boat, and I guess he had a look of confidence about him. He knew what his boys were capable of doing. He knew they were ready, but he knew they were going to have a tough race, and Henley Rowing Club, the local crew, and still not giving this one up. They'll see that marker board that shows they're 2 lengths behind, and they'll know they're still in with a shout if they can do something special now. Yeah,
we've seen a few times today crews, even on that station, just rowing through in the wind. But it just looks the Windsor Boys crew look completely within themselves there. Still Henley here, still boys attacking the race. They've kept their form really well. They're still rowing the same rhythm.
Yeah, and the Henley boys had a really tough race yesterday against William Borley's school. They're sort of local rivals from the Marlow stretch. Yeah, pushed themselves pretty hard, and it looks like Windsor boys are going to sort of capitalise on the fact maybe they had a tough one yesterday.
Yeah, Windsor boys they've been tussling all year with the Tideway Scholar School, other junior quad that won national schools, and they've had some really close races all season. So I guess they'll be hoping that they've stepped on enough to beat them, but you know, they need to win today and they need to get through to the final before they can worry about them.
Yeah, we saw that Tideway Scholar School earlier on today in this section of racing, and they look really strong. But again, they had a good tough race. So Windsor boys will be pleased with this progress they're making.
Yeah, and again here, you can just see how still their bodies are when they finish. And it doesn't disrupt the boat. It gives the boat a chance to carry on accelerating and then just go and pick it up again.
And they're keeping it, tapping it along at about 34 strokes a minute, because they definitely are not in a position where they can kind of really sit back and relax here. They're just going to keep this going all the way as they come up the enclosures here.
And that's a real contrast, isn't it, to the race we just watched with Brooks, where it does look like Windsor are going to win where they are, but actually they're not in a position to back off in the same way. They're still under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, definitely under a bit of pressure, and yeah, no room for any mistakes to happen. As you say, so they just a little look to the booms, check the position on the course, make the right calls. We're at the progress board. It's probably about 10 strokes to the line as we pass this camera position. Just make sure nothing goes wrong here.
Come down to enclosures. People staying to the end to watch the cruise. All just lined, everybody on the deck chairs. In the sunshine, it's finally come out for everybody. And here Windsor Boys coming to the finish line in the heat of the Fawley Challenge Cup. Windsor Boys A win against Henley Rowing Club. And there we go, good cheer from the Windsor Boys crew.